guys, it's Santiago Continenza here. I am continuing on in my World Cup vlog, Qatar 2022, about the upcoming 22nd Quadrennial Men's FIFA World Cup this November and December. So before I dive into this video, which is going to be my prediction video, I just have some brief housekeeping to do. First thing is, today is 2 months from the starting match between Qatar and Ecuador, which will be on November 20th. And also, just want to remind you guys that we are on the cusp of fall, with the autumnal equinox just around the corner. So we'll be jumping into colder weather, which usually for the World Cup here in the Northern Hemisphere gets warmer because it's in June and July. But this time, since it's in November and December, oddly enough, it's going to be getting a little cooler. So I'll be doing some outdoor videos while the weather's still good and kind of moving more indoors as this series moves along. So let's get right into it. My predictions for Qatar 2022. We'll just start with the groups, do the groups one at a time, and then we'll do the knockout stage with each round. So here we go. Group A, we have the hosts Qatar, we have Ecuador, we have Senegal, and we have the Netherlands. This group, I think Holland is probably the best of the 4 teams, but honestly, I think Holland and Senegal are going to draw, and I think Senegal is going to have a superior goal differential for tiebreaker. So I think Senegal is actually going to win Group A, and Netherlands are going to be runners-up. Group B, a kind of interesting group because the U.S. is in this one. We also have England, Iran, and Wales. I think England's going to win this group pretty easily. I think the fight for second could be any of those other 3 nations coming in second, but honestly, I think it's going to be Iran. A lot of people think U.S. or Wales, but I don't know. Iran's been doing really good, like in Asian qualifying, just even the last couple World Cups. They've been pretty surprising, so I think Iran's going to be second in that group. All right, Group C, we have Argentina, Poland, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. I think Argentina is going to win this group, but not as easily as a lot of people think. I think Mexico's going to play them to a draw, so I think Argentina will still win the group with 2 wins and a draw, but then I think Mexico's actually going to finish second and advance to the knockout stages. Group D, we have defending champions from 2018, France. We have Australia, we have Denmark, and we have Tunisia. I think in this group, Denmark is going to come in first. They were pretty impressive in Euros this year, pretty impressive in the Nations League as well. So I think Denmark is going to be first. I still think France is going to advance. They just have too good of a team. I know a lot of people talk about the World Cup curse, that is defending champions having a difficult time in the next World Cup, but France's team's just too good. I don't see Tunisia or Australia upending them. So Denmark and France. Group E, we have Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. This group, the 2 heavyweights are probably Spain and Germany. It's just a matter of which team's going to win the group and who's going to be second. Germany's been flourishing under Hansi Flick, who used to coach Bayern Munich, and now he's coaching the German national team. I think Germany's going to top the group. I think Germany's going to come out firing on all cylinders. Spain, still a very good team, good side. I think they're going to finish second. Group F. This is a really weird group. This group, I think any of the teams could advance from this group. We have Belgium, Morocco, Croatia, and Canada. I think that no team's going to totally wipe the floor with everyone else in this group. There should be some upsets, lots of things like that. But Belgium, I mean, they're kind of on the tail end of their golden generation, but I still say that Belgium finishes first in this group. And I think Morocco is going to surprise. I think they're going to upset Croatia. And I think ultimately Morocco is going to get second in Group F. Group G, we have Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and then the 4th team in this group is Cameroon. slight nod to Switzerland. I think their team cohesively is just a little better than Serbia, so I think Switzerland also advances. Group H. This could arguably be the group of death in this World Cup, although I'd say Group E with Spain and Germany, but Group H might be the second best group. We have Portugal, we have Ghana, we have Uruguay, and we have South Korea. I think the two best nations in this group are probably Portugal and Uruguay. I think Uruguay's going to top the group. They might not have an easy time doing it, but I think they'll just get first and Portugal will be second. So for the knockout stages, that sets up the winners of Group A, which I have as Senegal versus runners-up of Group B, Iran. I think Iran's going to win that match. They're a little closer to home than Senegal. Iran's probably a little more used to the climate conditions of Qatar than Senegal would be. Not that Senegal isn't used to heat, but I think Iran will just feel a little more comfortable and should be able to win that match. Then we have the winners of Group C, Argentina, versus the runners-up of Group D, France. This should be a really good matchup. A rematch of her 2018 round of 16 encounter. I think Argentina will get the better of France this time. It could go either way, but Argentina's looking really solid, winning the Copa America over Brazil. I think Argentina should be able to get to the quarterfinals. Then we have the winners of Group E, Germany, facing the runners-up of Group F, Morocco. Honestly, I think Germany should have a pretty easy time in this match. Pretty convincing win, I think. Then we have the winners of Group G, Brazil, taking on the runners-up of Group H, Portugal. I think Brazil should be able to win this one. I mean, Portugal's got Cristiano Ronaldo, and this could be a swan song. They could beat Brazil, but honestly, Brazil's looking really good as well. I think Brazil is going to win that match. On the other side of the bracket, we have runners-up of Group A, Netherlands, taking the winners of Group A, England, or winners of Group B, sorry. I think Holland's going to win this one. It could go either way, honestly, but I think with Van Dijk and their amazing defense, they could hold off England at least to penalty kicks, and I think Holland could win that match in penalty kicks. Then we have the runners-up of Group C, Mexico, taking on the winners of Group D, Denmark. I think Denmark should have an easy time in that one overall. Then we have the winners of Group F, Belgium, taking on the runners-up of Group E, Spain. I think Spain in that one. That one's kind of a 50-50. It's a toss-up. Belgium has a lot of good players like Lukaku and De Bruyne and Hazard, but Spain's midfield, I think, is very strong, arguably the best in the world. I think Spain advances. Then we've got the winners of Group H, Uruguay, taking on the runners-up of Group G, Switzerland. I think Uruguay wins this one. They've got a fantastic attack with Cavani, also with Suarez, and some other good players coming up. So Uruguay in that one. Quarterfinals, we got some juicy matchups coming up. We have Iran versus Argentina. I think Argentina should be able to beat Iran. I mean, for Iran, it would be pretty amazing for them to get to the quarterfinals, but I think Argentina wins that match. Then we have a really spicy matchup. We have Germany versus Brazil, 4-time winners versus 5-time winners. Germany is looking really good right now, but I don't know if they're quite ascending to the level of Brazil just yet. I think Brazil could narrowly win that match, and they should be able to advance. Then we have on the other side of the bracket, we have Netherlands versus Denmark. I would want Holland to win. They're one of my favorites, along with Argentina, Germany, the U.S., and Italy, who sadly is not in this World Cup. I think the Netherlands could beat Denmark, but honestly, I think Denmark, with Eriksen and some of her other sprouting talent, should be able to beat the Netherlands. And then in the last quarterfinal, we have Uruguay and Spain. I think this one will come down to penalty kicks. I don't see one of these two teams totally having a field day against the other, so I think Uruguay advances to the semifinals. So we got two interesting matchups should they happen. We have Argentina versus Brazil, and we have Denmark versus Uruguay. So Argentina, Brazil. Honestly, I would love for Argentina to win. I just don't see them beating Brazil 2 times in a row. Yes, they beat them in the Copa America final, three South American powerhouses, and then Denmark, the last standing European team. I think Denmark continues their fantastic run. I think they beat Uruguay, so I think the third place matchup is going to be Argentina versus Uruguay. I think Argentina would win that one, even though at that point there isn't as much to play for, but I think Argentina would want the bragging rights to at least get bronze and get third place. And then the final, Denmark versus Brazil. You've got players like Neymar, Richarlison, Vinicius Jr., Marquinhos, a lot of good players on Brazil, arguably looking like the best team in the world right now, taking on Denmark, who Denmark is really coming along nicely, and for them to make the final would be impressive. And honestly, I'm predicting an upset in the final. I think Denmark's going to beat Brazil in penalty kicks. I think it'll go like 2-2 maybe after extra time, and I've got Denmark over Brazil in penalty kicks. So those are my predictions. My next video is going to be probably in about a week or so. It's going to be on the nation of Qatar, talking about the history, the culture, the geography, things of that nature. I want to right now, as this video wraps up, welcome the people who are recording this video. My friend is Kia Pukambe and Brooke Powell to come around and say hi to you guys.
Hello.
Here's Brooke. Awesome.
Yeah, this was nice.
All right, guys, so thanks for watching, and until my next installment, take care.